Okay, next on the workbench is a Nintendo Switch. We already have the board out of the system, but I'll tell you what the problem the customer had. He said he had sporadic success rates at getting the display to turn on at all. Hit the power button, sometimes it came on, sometimes it didn't. We decided to open it up and see what was going on there, and a previous tech had written on the metal shield that it had a touchy LCD header or something to that effect. And at which point I went out and discussed with the customer, and he said yeah, he had been told that. He's had it in a couple of shops. One of the shops was like a cell phone shop with not good experience on game consoles. I don't really know, but I suggested that he replace this FPC for the LCD ribbon because it was not in good shape, and I had difficulty even lifting the tab to release the ribbon. So we're going to move forward with replacing that part. I'll show you under the workbench. This is the connector that we're going to be working on. You can see here this plastic tab seems to be warped or otherwise not good. It's just not going good with the pins. So we're gonna take that off and replace it. Okay, so we're heating from underneath, and it looks like someone's probably replaced this before. Uh-oh, I gotta find my tweezers I like. Shoot. Well, so I'll make do with these ones. Yeah, that's definitely been replaced. So probably whoever worked on this device before felt the need to replace this LCD header and just didn't do good work with it. So we're gonna put a little bit of flux on here. Looks like the solder's already been changed out for leaded solder, so we should be able to just drop a replacement on here. That should be okay. I've removed the heat. Here we're just going to clean up alcohol with a little bit of IPA. It's still pretty hot. I'm just gonna hang up my hot air gun, get that out of my way. Good news is that we didn't make a terrible mess with flux, so cleanup should be relatively easy. So I got the feeling when this guy dropped this off that he is a little bit uncertain because from his experience he's been to 2 different repair shops and then just keeps having a problem. And unfortunately I can't really guarantee he's never going to have a problem again, because if someone was screwing one thing up, I don't know what else is going to be screwed up, but I can guarantee that this LCD ribbon connector is going to be on there just fine. And it opens up and closes normally. So we're gonna just reassemble this and see that everything's working fine. It's unfortunate when it seems like I don't know if someone if he already paid money to have that connector replaced, or if someone replaced it because they broke it and then they tried to do the right thing and replace it, but they weren't very skilled at doing that. One of the other things the guy mentioned is said, do you have the part in stock? And I do have the part in stock because I do a lot of game console repairs. And so I told him I'd have it done today, and well, I got 40 minutes left before the end of my work day. And you know, it seemed like he had reservations about it, and I don't know. How do I say, I don't want to be the guy that says another repair shop did this. It seemed like someone who did do it did the best they could with it, and probably just maybe they need to watch this video to see how to do it properly, because I think it was pretty straightforward. You just need to be taught the correct technique on how to do that, and then you see that it took a minute. You know, it's like pretty straightforward and easy. Anyway, I'm gonna reassemble this and make sure that it's working properly for our customer. Okay, so we got the device back together, and I got screen on, screen off, screen on, screen off, screen on. It's working fine now. Before, I guess the customer said it was hit and miss whether or not it would come on. And then I wanted to talk about, is it appropriate for a repair tech to experiment new repairs on a customer device? Well, it depends on how well advised the customer has been. If you don't tell the customer that, you know, you may be exploring uncharted territory, then that's probably inappropriate. I know that at my shop, I've told customers straight to their face, as candidly as I could, I've never done this repair before, but I'd like to try. Are you okay with that? And they say, yeah, like if anyone can do it, it's you. And sometimes that's a success on the first time, and sometimes it's not. When you feel like you have a certain level of experience and expertise, you know, with taking devices apart, soldering, removing components, troubleshooting, it's okay to believe that you can solve a new problem without any prior experience. You don't need to run to eBay to buy a parts board to do that. Now, the first time I needed to replace a connector for a ribbon on a customer device, I did pull one of my parts boards and practice doing it a couple of times before proceeding on the customer board. But that said, you know, we have a repair disclosure that says that you're authorizing us to open up your device, remove parts, install new parts, experiment and explore in the attempt to repair your device, which is implicit that, you know, we may be going into uncharted territory. We might face a new problem that we've never seen before, and that's okay. What I think isn't okay is that if you do damage to a customer's device and you're not able to repair it, to just kind of like leave them stuck with that, because now this customer has an expensive bill where realistically that shop that could not install that part correctly probably should have reached out to a more experienced repairman and said, hey, can you help get me out of this? I'm stuck on this one. Maybe we could work out a business-to-business rate, and you might even find a good business-to-business relationship where, hey, you're taking devices in, and not everything's up to your level of expertise, but I can be your bailout when you run into a problem. You gotta have that relationship open. You need to be willing to acknowledge that I screwed something up that's beyond my capability, and I need to take it to someone that has that capability and pay them to fix it so that I can present it to my returning customer, or say, you know, I screwed this up, take it to this other shop who I think can do it, and I'll pay the bill. I mean, any number of these is a fair way to do it and doesn't necessarily discriminate against a repair tech taking on something that they've never done before. Anyway, that's kind of my spiel on the matter. I think it's okay to work on new problems. I mean, we all do, whether techs admit it or not. I mean, I can guarantee you, every tech on YouTube isn't sitting there saying, I've practiced this problem before I solved it for a customer. I mean, that's total BS. Everyone's up against new problems when they're repairing devices. In a lot of ways, that's where the techs who are the best at what they do tackle on problems that they've never solved before. So it's unrealistic to suggest that you're always going to have a practice board to do that on. Just that if you cause damage, okay, now I'm not saying if you couldn't fix it that you're obligated to pay someone else to fix it. I'm saying if you cause damage, if you installed an LCD connector poorly and it doesn't work properly, well, then you cause damage. So now you are under obligation to get that resolved for your customer, or compensate them for getting it resolved somewhere else. I think it's fair to say. Anyway, I showed you how we did the ribbon connection for the LCD on a Nintendo Switch, and if you found that helpful, or if you enjoyed any of my spiel, then hit that subscribe button. If you think I'm a total joke because you disagree with everything that I said, then that's fine. Hit the dislike button and move on with your life. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.